check, check, check,
Good morning, children. Anything, if you are missed, this will be continued tomorrow in the chemistry class. Due to some technical problem, okay, well students, welcome to the class. Myself Radhika. So yesterday we have started the very first chapter, that is sets, right? So hope you all understood. So once again quick revision of yesterday's class, okay, right? So what we learned, so first thing is definition of set. We learned about the definition of set. What is set here? Well defined collection of objects is called as a set. Set means well defined collection of objects or elements. Elements means that are either 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, something what are present in that set. The set of students in a classroom. So one section is there. In that section, D section, in that D section, set of students which are belong to D section. Those all are belongs to that particular section. So all condition, all satisfy the one condition, that is the students belong to that particular section. That is one set. What is set? Well defined collection of objects. In that set is represented in capital letters and elements are represented in small letters. Okay, and these are included in flower bracket. Next, what we learned, the representation of set. A set can be represented in how many forms? 2 forms, right? What is the first form? First form is roster form. Roster form means, what is meaning of roster form? If we represent the elements separating with commas, that form is called a roster form. Suppose here one set is there, some E, or we take some X is equal to set of here A, E, I, O, U. So this is one set. This we written in the form of elements and separated using commas. This form is called roster form. Roster form. And if you same set written in like this, if you written like this, set of all X such that X is, what is X is? Ovals. vowels in English alphabets. So this is called a, what is this form called? Set builder form. Set builder form. Okay, these are the two forms. And next what we study, what you learned here, that is different types of set. What is different types? And next one more thing is order or cardinal number. What is the order? Means number of elements present in a given set. Number of elements. Here if you take this one, order of this one, that is n of x. N of x means how many elements are present here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the order or cardinal number of this set. Okay, that is n of x. Number of elements present in a given set. That is called order. Next, different types of sets we are discussing. In that, the first one is what is the first set here? Finite set. Finite set. Types of sets. Here, different types of set. First one is finite. Finite means the set which is having finite number of elements is called finite set. Next one is infinite, which is not countable. Which is countable, which is not countable. It is called infinite set. Next one is singleton set. What is meaning of singleton set? If a set is contain only one element, it is called as a singleton set. These definitions they will ask for 1 mark also sometimes. Okay. So next, after singleton set, what do you learn about empty set or null set? What is null set? The set which does not contain any elements is called as a null set, or this can be represented as 5. So this is, it can read as a 5. So null set, empty set, infinite set, finite set. Okay. Next. Another two types of sets are there. That is here equivalent set and equal set. Let us know the difference between the two types of sets. Today's topic, this is equivalent set. What are the sets? How we can tell two sets are equivalent? Equivalent set, and here this is equal set. What is the difference between these two? Let us know. What is meant by equivalent set? Equivalent set means the number, NVMBR, the number of elements present in the two sets must be same. That is, order of the two sets are equal, then it is called equivalent set. Understood? If set A has 5 elements and set B also having 5 elements, but elements not quite equal, number of elements are equal, then those are called equivalent set. Means if the number of, if the number of elements, I am telling about number of elements present in the two sets are equal, number of elements present in the two sets are equal, then the sets are called The sets are called equivalent sets. Here you should understand the concept that the number of elements. This is the important word. You have to remember. Both must have the same number of elements. For example, if you take like this, if A is equal to set of, I am writing like this, 1 comma 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3 comma 3 comma 4, 7, 10. Okay, this is one set, and another set I am writing here. B is equal to set of here 5, 6, 9, 11, 2, 4. Right? These two sets, if you take the order of the sets, order. What is this order? Order means that is cardinal number or order product. That is number of elements. Just now we discussed number of elements. If you take here n of A, number of elements present in this set. How many number of elements? We should not count all the numbers. When we count the number of elements, number of different elements, you have to count number of different elements. So 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 7, 10. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So elements present in this set are 6. Here how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also there are 6 elements present. So here also n of B equal to 6. So both n of A is equal to n of B. So n of A equal to n of B. So then this A and B are called equivalent sets. So therefore here A and B are equivalent sets. All of you clear? What is the meaning of equivalent set? The number, the number of elements present in the first set and present in the second set must be equal. N of A equal to N of B. Then this A and B are called equivalent sets. Okay, clear? Now, next we will go for this equal set. What is the meaning of equal sets? Let us know the difference between these two. Equal sets means both the sets A and B must and should have the same elements. If A have, for example, if you take B is equal to 5, 6, 9, 11, 2, 4, and A also must have the same elements, then only we can call that our equal set. AEIOU, and another one also AEIOU only. So elements must be same, then only equal sets. So here two sets are said to be equal sets if the two sets having same elements. Two sets are said to be equal sets if the two sets have the same elements. If the two sets have same elements. Understood? Both the sets must have same elements. Take example for this equal set. Let us take here A is equal to set of here A, I, O, U, and I am taking B another set that is here O, I, E, U, A. I just changed the order. Okay, we can make them in any other order. Doesn't carries anything. So here order is not at all important. But you observe the some elements present in the both sets are equal. So here this sets A equal to B, and obviously n of A also equal to n of B. Definitely. So definitely both the number also same only. N of A and n of B are also same. So elements also same. Then these two sets are called. What is these two sets are called? Equal set. A equal to B. Therefore, A and B are equal sets. Okay. These are the definitions for the first two exercises. First and second exercises. These two are sufficient. Understood? So today we discussed equivalent set and equal set. What is the difference between equivalent and equal set? Equivalent means only number of elements n of A equal to n of B. Equal sets means all the elements must be equal. Then only it is called equal sets. Right? So equal sets. Two sets are said to be equal sets if the sets have same elements. The elements must be same. This is your textbook, first PUC. So if you available in the market, you can purchase, or previous book also you can carry with you. Doesn't matter. So we do page number 4, exercise 1.1. Exercise the very first question. Which of the following are sets? Justify your answer. Which of the following are sets? Justify your answer. Okay, that is how can we tell by the definition of the set. If it is well defined, we will call it as a set. If it is not well defined, it is not a set. So let us see the problems under this. First one, the collection of all the months months of a year beginning with the letter J. Of a year beginning with the letter J. We can write down now. Whomever you ask, they will tell the same answer. So, the collection of months. So, this is a set. What is the set here? Answer is the months starting with the letter J. What is the month starting with J? First one is January. Next, June. Next, July. So January, June and July. These are the 3 months starting with the letter J. So this set is well defined and it is can be written in the form of a braces. Next, second question. The collection of 10 most talented writers in India. The collection of 10 most talented writers in India. Right. Is this a set or not? So the most talented. So suppose here I think that the writer who writes about geography is the most talented, and other one think that who writes about cryptology is the most talented. Other one think who writes about comic books or any another books, historical books, is the most talented. So here the view, it differs from one person view to another person view. So this is not a set. Not a set, because it is different from one person view to another person view. So one will think that one person is a talented writer and another person will think that another person is a talented writer. Everyone will not accept one person. So it differs from one person view to another person view. So here this is not a set. We have to write the reason. Since it differs from one person view to another person view. So this is most talented, this is not a well defined, so therefore it is not a set, right? A team of 11 best cricket batsmen of the world. A team of 11 best cricket batsmen of the world. So this is also best cricket batsman. This is also vary from one person view to another person view. One will think that Dhoni is the best, other will think that Kohli best, another one will think that Lara is the best. So it differs from one person view to another person view. So this is not a set. This is not a set. Reason you write down. It differs from one person to another person. Right? Next. Eighth question. Remaining problems are similar. So, the collection of questions in this chapter. The collection of questions in this chapter so the collection of questions means we can collect. So how many questions are there? We can complete it, isn't it? So it is a well defined. So it is a set. This collection of questions is a set. The collection of questions is a set. If it is not a set, then reason is required. If it is set, then not required to write any reason. Next, 9. The collection of most dangerous animals, of the world. Right. This is also not a set. Why? Because this most dangerous also differ from one person view to another person view. So someone feel that a snake is the most dangerous animal. But if you see in the National Geographical channel, some people will play with the snakes. So from their point of view, snake is not a most dangerous animal. Some normal people will afraid of lizard or cockroach. They feel that those are the most dangerous. So in that way, this differs from one person to another view. Hence, this is not a set. Since it differs from person to person. One person view to another person view. Right? So that is regarding the set. We have to justify whether the given information is a set or not. So which is here this most dangerous, most talented writers, most that is most miserable, or that is we cannot most tasty. So which is the most tasty item means it differs. One will think that one item is very tasty, other will think that that is not tasty. So it differs from person to person, then it is not well defined and hence it is not a set. Right? Next. Note point, small note is there. First one, belongs to. Belongs to. The symbol of this is the symbol. What is the meaning of belongs to? If any element is present in a given set, then we will say that that element belongs to that given set. If an element or any element, when element present in the given set, then we say that element belongs to that set, that given set. So A is equal to x, y, z, l, m. So if you take any element, suppose you take y, this y belongs to this set A. This element is present in the given set. Y is present here. So this belongs to this set. Here like that. L is belongs to this set A. If you take any other element, for example, if you take C, or if you take any another element D, this does not belongs to D. D is not like, does not belongs to means you have to strike off like this. Belongs to, and next one is does not belongs to. This is the first one, belongs to, and second one, does not belongs to. If any element is not present in the set, if an element not present in a given set, then we say that the element does not belongs to that set. Does not belongs to that set. Example, B is equal to set of 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then if you take an element 10, this 10 does not belongs to this set. 12, this does not belongs to this set. Got it? Belongs to and does not belongs to. Belongs to means that element must present in the set. If not, it is does not belongs to. Next we will do the next question number 2. Question number 2. Let capital A equal to, let capital A is equal to set of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert the appropriate symbol inside the appropriate symbol belongs to or does not belongs to in the blank space. In the blank space. In this sub question 1, so 5 dash 8 third one 0 next similar questions are 10 you can see it 10 directly 5 number present in the given set or not? Yes, so therefore right here belongs. 8 is present in the set? No, so therefore this is does not belongs. 0 is not there present in the set, so this is does not belongs. Next 10 also not lie in the set, so it is also does not belongs to, right? Next question number 3. Main question 3. Write the following sets in roster form. Write the following sets in roster form. So what is meaning of roster form? Roster form or listing form, tabular form or same. First one, A is equal to set of x such that x is an integer, and minus 3 less than or equal to x less than 7. That means they are given in segmental form and they are asked in roster form, right? So let us see this answer. So here we have to write this in this listing form. Listing form means we have to write the values of x. These x values are greater than minus 3 and less than 7. Here equal to symbol also present. Equal to symbol means we have to start with this number and those are integers. Integer means here 3.2 is not an integer. 3 is an integer. So decimals will not come in the integers, you know. So we have to take from minus 3. Here what will the numbers? Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should not take 7. Why? Because x is less than 7. So x value must be lesser than 7. What is the number less than 7 is 6. So here greater than or equal to 3. Equal symbol also there. So that we have to start from the number minus 3. So these are the integers which satisfy the given geometrical condition. Minus 3 less than or equal to x less than 7. Next. Second one. B equal to set of all x such that x is a natural number, x is a natural number less than 6 less than 6. So you can write answer. Natural numbers start from which number? 1. Counting numbers are called natural numbers. Should not take 0. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which must be less than 6. So up to 5 you have to write. Next, third one. Third sub question. C equal to set up for x such that symbol you can write like this way, 2 dots you can write, or you can write with slash also. Both are same. X such that x is a 2-digit natural number natural number such that the sum of its digit is 8. Such that the sum of its digits is 8. Sum of its digits is 8. So we have to choose here 2 digit. What is the least 2-digit number here? It is 10. But if you add the 2 numbers, you should get the number 8. So what you can take 2? If you write 1, what number you have to write so that if you should get 8? 7. 1 plus 7 and 8. Next 2, 6. 2 plus 6, 8. 3, 5, 4. Next 5, 3, 6, 2, 7, 1, 8, 0. If you add these 2 numbers, we must get the number 8. That type of numbers we have to write. Next, fourth one. D is equal to set of all x such that x is a prime number. X is a prime number which is divisor of 16. Which is divisor of 60. Right? So we have read the prime numbers and that must divide the number 60. What are the prime numbers here? So 2 is a prime number, right? And here and 2 divides 60. 3 is also a prime number. 3 divides 60. Next 5. Right? 5 also 12 times 5 12s are 60. Is there anything? So that much only. These are the 3 prime numbers which divides 60. Okay? Right. One more last one in this 6th one. 6th sub question. F is equal to set of F is equal to the long brackets not written here given like this only given. The set of all letters of the word They are asking set of all letters. When we write the set of letters, we should use commas. So here when they ask like this, B, this is E, T, R. We should not write. T is repeated 2 times, but here only 1 time is required enough, because this we are writing in the form of a roster form. So in this repetition of the letters are not allowed. We should take every letter only 1 time. So this is B, E, T and R. Okay, which we left only one problem, that you should try the problem. Okay children, we will continue this class tomorrow. So we are doing the problems based on the definitions what we taught in the last class and this class. Okay, just revise the definitions once and try the questions, solve the questions. Thank you children, thank you very much.
Clear? Yesterday we had covered, we have started tissue and covered simple epithelial tissue. Now, under epithelial tissue we have got simple epithelial tissue and compound epithelial tissue. Now, we will just touch once again the parts that we have completed yesterday, and then we will switch over to today's part. We are going very slow. Children, remember, we are going very slow. Those who have got textbooks, they can keep it open, but having the notebook is a must. Please do have your notebooks. A pen, pencil and eraser, this much with a notebook will do. Now, these classes are from your syllabus directly. Now, these things will not be taught again to you. So, kindly, please take your notebooks and start writing. The diagrams are there in the books. The same thing only I am drawing here. So, you should be able to draw it afterwards. So, I am avoiding that most of the time because the space is very less. Once I draw the diagram, either the content what I want to write it becomes less, or the letters are becoming less, and it may not be clear for you. That's why I am avoiding that. But still, certain diagrams will be there. We have to draw it, and that I will draw it. Right. Now, yesterday what we saw is actually the different animals are there. Unicellular animals, for them the single cell does everything, so there is not much complexity. Now, after that we are coming to multicellular animals, in which we have got less number of cells also and billions number of cells also in different organisms. A small example we had taken yesterday, that is Hydra. In Hydra, a few thousand cells are there, and in that you will see several types are there. Means each type of cells there will be few thousand, and like that several thousand will be the body of the Hydra, and they will be groups of cells will be forming and doing a particular function, and hence there will be, you will see tissue is there. That's why Hydra can be called as a tissue grade organism. Anyhow, that part is a different side, we will discuss somewhere else. Now, coming back to this, in multicellular organisms. Multicellular organism means all of us know our body is made up of millions and billions of cells. And so many cells are present inside, they are not coming in contact with the environment. So, in order to provide them everything, all requirements like oxygen, like food material, like vitamins, like many other things, what arrangement is there? Actually, the cells are grouped together with a single function, and they are called as tissues. Now, these tissues are organized into one organ. So, any organ is formed, eye, maybe nose, maybe mouth, maybe hand, leg. Like this they are formed, and like this some organs that work together, and then they will be actually doing a particular function. So, we call them all several organs, I told you. So, all these organs will be working for single function. So, that is called as organ system, and organ system level is the highest level of organization which is seen in us also. Now, in order to understand those things, we need not directly go for the organs or organ system. We will start from the basic, start from the bottom, scratch. From the scratch we will start. That is, our cells which are present in our body, they are actually grouped into tissues. Now, different tissues we saw the other day, that there are 4 types of tissue we saw. In all multicellular organism, tissues are classified into only 4 types. First one is called as epithelial tissue. Second thing is called connective tissue. Third is muscular tissue, and the last one is your neural tissue or nervous tissue. And each one has got so much of information. We started from the first one, that is epithelial tissue. Again, epithelial tissue, where are they found? They are mainly found on the surfaces. Remember this, I told you, outer surface of the body you will find, or you may find the inner linings, that is also surfaces of any tube-like structure like digestive system and other systems. So, wherever there is tubular structures are present, the inner lining will be there with epithelial tissue. Third place is also there, that is inside of this body wall. Body walls, inside, the inner lining is also by your simple epithelium only, or epithelial tissue for the first time. Epithelial tissue. Now, this epithelial tissue is again divided. We divide it for our convenience to study as simple epithelium and compound epithelium. In case of simple epithelium, please concentrate. I will have to go at least at this speed, otherwise we will not further progress. So please concentrate, give your total attention to me and try to listen to me. I am trying to explain so that you should be able to understand. Okay. Now, simple epithelium, for our convenience we have divided into actually mainly 3 parts. One is squamous epithelium, one is your cuboidal epithelium, one is your ciliated epithelium. Columnar epithelium. Now coming back to one by one, squamous epithelium, it contains flat cells like scales or the tiles of the pavement, and those cells have got polygonal, means several sides are there. They have got more than 4 or 5 sides are there, so that's why we call them as polygonal. And a nucleus is present at the center which is bulging. Of course that is not given here, so I didn't touch the other day, but remember the nucleus in the squamous cells is a bit bigger one, so there will be a bulge. You will find, if you see the cell under microscope, you will see there is a bulge at the center, and that is nothing but the nucleus which is present inside. Now the squamous epithelium, they are actually flattened cells, very flat cells, thin cells, and they have very little matrix. Matrix is what? The material which is present in between two successive cells, side by cells. In between them, if any material is present, solid material or semi-solid or semi-liquid material is present, that is called as matrix. And in case of these epithelial tissues, you will find the matrix is very, very less. Matrix is very, very less, remember. So now, this squamous epithelium, why, what for they are used? They are used as a diffusion surface. Please remember one word, diffusion surface. Diffusion means two things. For the time being, you remember, for this time, for this standard only, remember, diffusion surface means two important places. I will tell you. One is food material what you take, that is digested and that diffuse into your blood. Similarly, another one is there, that is your oxygen. In the air whatever you take, that is oxygen, carbon dioxide and other gases together, only oxygen will be diffused into your blood through alveoli. So inner lining of the alveoli is by squamous epithelium. Similarly, your in the alimentary canal inner lining is there, that is also simple epithelium, simple squamous epithelium. And there are many places, differs from place to place, those things will come across. So here it is either food, it will be transported into our body, or it will be gas. Mainly it is gas, generally it is diffused. Is that clear? Now after this we came down to another type, that is your cuboidal epithelium. Here they are cube-like. Cube-like means the dice, Ludo dice you play, Ludo you are playing, that dice. So that one, just like that it will be there. They are all side by side attached to each other, and they will be resting on a basement membrane like your squamous epithelium, and their nucleus will be almost at the center there. These are called as cuboidal epithelium. These are mainly found in your PCT, that is nephrons part. It is a part of your excretory system, and nephron is a part of excretory system. In that we have got proximal convoluted tubule. Yesterday I have written already, you have noted, I believe. That is through PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. In that part you will find on the wall cuboidal cells. Similarly DCT, that is distal convoluted tubule. There also you will find cuboidal cells or cuboidal epithelium, simple epithelium. Still other places are there, like collecting duct is there, there also is found, but for you remember only these two. One is proximal convoluted tubule and the other one is your distal convoluted tubule. Not only this, you will also find them in glandular tubes, the tubes which are supplying, carrying the glandular secretions into another place. There you will find those ducts, they will be having this cuboidal tissue. Now next, third one is the columnar. Here you will find the cells are, these are all you remember, simple epithelium means single layer of cells only. In all cases single layer only. So now here a single layer of columnar, pillar-like, long, tall cells will be there. But here one specialty, the nucleus will not be at the center, but it will be towards the base. The other day I have drawn the diagram, you try to recall it, it is more like this. This is basement membrane, this is the columnar cell, and the nucleus is not at the center, but towards the base. This is the specialty of these columnar cells. Columnar cells, again, they are present in different parts of our body. They are also found in your intestine. In the intestine, what happens? They will be helping in secretion and also absorption. In your alimentary canal, they help in secretion also and they help in absorption also. Anyhow, that is simply function. You remember how and what we will be learning in digestive system, we will be learning in circulatory system, in other systems, excretory system, we will learn those things. Simply remember they can be of these cues. Now, if these columnar cells or cuboidal cells, very important part you try to remember, either it can be columnar epithelium or maybe cuboidal epithelium. If they have got cilia, remember, if they have got cilia here, if they have got cilia, we don't call them as columnar epithelium, we call them as ciliated epithelium. If cuboidal cells have got cilia, then we don't call them as cuboidal epithelium we call by the same name ciliated epithelium. That means here an important point, ciliated epithelium has got columnar epithelium or columnar cells and also cuboidal cells. Means with cuboidal cells also cilia may be there, and with your ciliated columnar cells may also be found there. Am I clear? Columnar epithelium, if they have got cilia, we call them as ciliated epithelium. Cuboidal epithelium also, if they have got cilia, then they also will be called as ciliated epithelium only. It's the same word, remember. Now, in some places we will find they will be having finger-like projection. What? Columnar epithelium may also have, cuboidal epithelium may also have. Not cilia, but see, if this is the cell, then they will be having like these finger-like projections. See, finger-like projections. This is called as your microvilli, and this microvilli helps in absorption. They increase the surface area of absorption. Now, where do we find these? We find in case of your alimentary canal, where in the small intestine where absorption is done with the columnar cells, whereas in case of proximal convoluted tubule, the cuboidal cells, what I said you just now, they also will be having microvilli. Am I clear? There also they will be having microvilli. Now one more type you will find in case of columnar or cuboidal. What is that? Some places, some of the columnar or some of the cuboidal cells will be converted into glandular epithelium. Please note down. In some of the body parts, columnar cells or cuboidal cells will be converted into glandular epithelium. They will be secreting, they will be helping in secretion of different secretions like mucus, enzymes, etc. etc. They are called as what? They are called as glandular epithelium. Let us remember this. Now, depending on the type of secretion, if they secrete any secretion, we call them as glandular, fine. But what type, method, way of secretion, how they are secreting, depending on that, this glandular epithelium or glands are two types. One is called exocrine gland, and the one is called as endocrine gland. Is that clear? Exocrine gland is what? The gland will be here, from that there will be a duct coming out. Gland is here, but it will be secreted somewhere else. Now, a small example I can give. This is your eyes. So your tear gland is far away from the eyes, and with the duct it comes and gets secreted. Remember, with the duct it gets secreted. It is far away from the duct. That means the glands which have got a duct are called as exocrine gland. Am I clear? So these glands may be of two types, as I told you. One is exocrine gland and the one is endocrine gland. Exocrine gland means the glands which are secreting at a distance. They have got a duct. If they have a duct, any gland if it has got a duct, then that will be called as exocrine gland. That will be called as exocrine gland. This gland is called as tear gland, exocrine gland. Our sweat gland, exocrine gland. In the ear wax is coming out. That gland is also exocrine gland. So like that, many glands are there. Your salivary glands, they are also exocrine glands. So many glands are there. So remember these things. Now, what is endocrine gland? Endocrine glands do not have duct. Endocrine glands are like this. It's a gland only. Now, usually all our cells are in tissue fluid. They are bathing in the tissue fluid or in intercellular fluid. Between the cells there is a space. In that space there will be little fluid that is called extracellular fluid. In the extracellular fluid they will be bathing. They will be bathing in the extracellular fluid. These glands, which glands? Endocrine glands. And now what happens? This is directly secreted here only. They are into this extracellular fluid only. They are bathing in that. So into that only it will be secreted. Then it will be carried by blood to different parts. Am I clear? They do not have any duct. Is that clear? So here what is happening? They are ductless glands and these are with the duct gland. Exocrines are with the duct and endocrine glands are without duct. They don't. That's why they are called ductless glands. Is that clear? Your pituitary gland is there, your thyroid gland is there, adrenal gland is there. All these things you know. It is the names you know very well from your previous year classes. So that is your endocrine gland. They are all endocrine glands and they produce what? They produce hormones. Hormones are never released through ducts. Remember, they are never released through ducts. Right. Remember that. Now, with this, actually, I am coming to a conclusion about this simple epithelium. All of them will be resting on the basement membrane is one. Their intercellular spaces will carry very little matrix. Second point, one layer only. Third point, these are the important things about your simple epithelium. Now I will come down to compound epithelium. Compound epithelium will be always more than one layer. More than one layer. Remember, everything is same type of cells may be there, but they have got more than one layer or multi-layer. They are multi-layer. Am I clear? There may be 2 layers, there may be 3 layers, like that. They will be having multi-layer, and they are always associated with protection. Very important thing, write down. They are involved with the protection. They are involved with the protection. What type of protection? From what protection? 2 things. Either chemical injuries can happen. Chemical injuries can happen to our internal parts. From that, it will be saving this layer. This compound epithelium will save us from chemical injuries or from mechanical injuries. Mechanical injuries also will be avoided. Remember, chemical injuries or mechanical injuries will be avoided due to this, because that injury they will take on themselves and the internal organs, internal structures are saved. So they have a type function, a type of protection. Then where do you find them? We generally find them in our pharynx. Remember, in our pharynx. Similarly, in the buccal cavity, when you open your mouth, inside of the cheek, then inside of lips, these are all called as your buccal cavity lining of the buccal cavity. In both these places, it is actually a moist one. Here it is wet surfaces. In this area, there is chance that you take hot drinks, you take cold drinks, you use toothpicks, this, that, all that may injure. And similarly, you take different types of masala, you take chili, you take so many other things, and they may cause either you take mutton, chicken, fish, all these things. You may injure mechanically also your mouth while eating them. So, from both mechanical as well as chemical injuries, your mouth is protected by this layer only, that is your compound epithelium. Am I clear to all of you? And see here, example I have written pharynx and buccal cavity. Pharynx and buccal cavity. Alright? Now one beautiful thing, important thing I tell you, very interesting thing also, that is, till now I have been telling you in simple epithelium or compound epithelium or any place in our body, the cells are packed, are they not? See, if you see the thumb, there will be hundreds and thousands of cells, not hundreds, thousands and thousands of cells you will find in only thumb. They are all packed together. Means every cell is very close to the other cell. This is one cell, this is one cell, they both are very, very close. Now this closeness should not disturb the function. Understand? Because in between them also there is some matrix, I have told you. So if this matrix is there, then how the communication goes from this side to that side? How leakage from this is checked? Is that clear? How they both are bound together again? They should be bound together, and also there should be communication, there should not be any leakage. See, everything is opposite to each other. How it happens? For that, the junction between the cells are of 3 types. Remember, the junction between the cells are of 3 types. One is called, these are called junctions, cell junctions. Cell junctions are of 3 types. One is called tight junction. One is called tight junction. Note down, one is called tight junction. In the tight junction, what will happen actually? They will prevent any leakage of anything through this wall or cell membrane. This junction will prevent any sort of leakage from this, from the cells. It is to prevent any leakage. Remember, this is the function of your tight junction. The second one is your adhering junction. Adhering junction. The second one is called adhering junction. Adhering junction means what? They will be cementing the side by sides very strongly. They will be cementing the cells side by side very strongly. Here there will be adhering junctions in different points. So during that time these two will be held together very fast in these points so that they will not get separated. Remember, adhering junction is for cementing. It is for cementing the neighboring cells. The neighboring cells. The neighboring cells. It will be cementing the neighboring cells so that they will not get separated. Now third one is there. This is called gap junction. Gap junction. This is called gap junction. Now third type is known as gap junction. Here what happens actually, this junction will facilitate, it will facilitate what? Communication between the neighboring cells. They will only through junction, through this junction, gap junction only, communication between the cells is possible. Communication between the cells is possible only by gap junction. So facilitates communication, the information, exchange of information between. Is that clear? So here what happens? Ions can pass through this junction from one cell to another cell. But how does it happen? Because their cytoplasmic continuity will be here. Means from here it can go to the other side, or from here it can come to this side. Cytoplasmic continuity. Ions by cytoplasmic continuity. Sometimes small molecules can also move. Small molecules, and rarely big molecules also can move. This is rarely, but big molecules can also move through these junctions. So remember, if this function is not there, then all these types of tissue will fail, isn't it? Because all the cells, they should be very closely packed, then only the structure and shape is possible. Function also will be possible. Second one is, there should be what? Tight junction. They should prevent any leakages from any side. Leakage of the cytoplasm, leakage of any other material, small molecules or large molecules, or maybe liquid water, anything. Those things should be prevented where it is necessary, when it is necessary, there only it should take place. That's why adhering junction will do what? Cementing, whereas tight junction will prevent any leakage. Because it is a tight junction, it won't allow anything to pass through it. So try to remember, between two adjacent cells, these junctions are present. These junctions have got different functions. Tight junction will prevent passage or leakage of anything from the cell unnecessarily or unwantedly. It will be prevented. It will not happen at all. So it is maintaining its all characters, properties, everything with all those chemical molecules and ions and everything else. Second one is what I said you, it is adhering junction. Adhere means attach, stick together, bind together. Adhering means joining together tightly, closely. So this junction, this type of junction, if they are present between two cells, then they will be cementing the neighboring cells. This side, here also there can be another cell, and now these two and these two can be again bound tightly with each other. That is your adhering junction. And in adhering junction, cementing of the neighboring cells will take place. Remember, cementing of the neighboring cells will take place. And the third one is called as gap junction. In gap junction, what happens? Very important. Actually, due to this only all functions will take place. Everything will happen. What is that? That is exchange, or it facilitates communication between the cells. Communication between the cells. How? By continuity of the cytoplasm between them and also through ions. You all must be knowing nervous system functions mainly on ions. Your excretory system has got large number of ions. In your respiration, in the blood again, ions are playing very important roles. Isn't it? Sodium ion, chloride ion, bicarbonate ion, they are all playing important role in respiration. Is not it? Similarly, in excretion, we have got several ions which are either absorbed if necessary or they are secreted back outside. That is involved. In your digestive system also, ions role is there. A lot of role is there for ions at the place of absorption. Some ions will not be absorbed, some will be absorbed, some will be absorbed with what? Active transport, means with using ATP and all, like that. So in different places, different requirements are there. That job is done by gap junction. You have to remember this, children. You have to remember these three, very important. Each one can be 1 mark question again. You will be having unit tests also in the days to come. So all these questions are likely to come there. Please remember. So here what is happening? The three types of junction I told you. Last one I am dealing, that is it facilitates communication between the cells by or through ions. Ions may come to another cell or from another cell it will come back to this first cell. Like that communication will be maintained. And what else there will be? It may be small molecules also can pass, and at times very rarely large molecules can also pass. Right. So this is all about your simple epithelium, and it is concluding. I am concluding your epithelial tissue. Under simple epithelium, one is under epithelial tissue, one is simple and the one is compound. Both we have dealt. So we have completed your epithelial tissue. After epithelial tissue, we will be coming into the second type of tissue, that is called connective tissue. Please recall, please remember, yesterday we had studied, even though our body is so complicated, all the tissue are divided only into 4 types. Yesterday we studied. So this line also very important. Please remember, this line is very important for 1 mark question. How many types? Our tissue is divided into how many types of tissues? It is only 4 types of tissues, remember. The basic division, first division, primary division is only 4 types. What are these? I have told you yesterday, you have written now, I will not write, I will tell you. One is epithelial tissue, second one is connective tissue, third one is muscular tissue, fourth one is neural tissue or nervous tissue. These are the 4 names I have told you yesterday. Hopefully you have written that. Is that clear? If you have a textbook, please go back and check there after the class is over and read also. Yes, one more thing. In other books, different books, or if you have collected any book from your friends, there will be lot many other points can be there, but intentionally I am not going to those things. Reason is we will first conclude our PU syllabus only, first we will be doing, then we will go for those extra things. That will be afterwards. So only PU part you should be very strong. Yes. Now again, there are 4 types of tissues as I told you. One is epithelial tissue, one is connective tissue, one is your muscular tissue, and the last one is neural tissue. Now all these tissue types, under that the second one is connective tissue. Now we will talk about the characters of connective tissue. What are the properties of connective tissue? Connective tissue, from the name itself you can imagine, it connects definitely to different organs or to different tissues. Understand? Generally it will be connecting to different organs or different tissues. Is that clear? That's why only their name is called as connective tissue. In the connective tissue, generally there will be your intercellular matrix will be present. Matrix will be present. Of course, there are examples where matrix are also very less, but there is matrix will be present in them, in all of them. And another important thing, except only blood, all types of connective tissue has got fibers. Remember, this is very important point. Can be a 1 mark question or can be a question. Except blood, let me write it. Except blood, fibers are present all types of connective tissue, in all other types of connective tissue you will find. Am I clear? So except fiber, that means all of them they have got fibers in them except blood. Alright? Okay. Now these connective tissue are present generally under the skin, so that this skin and the bone and other parts are attached to each other. Is that clear? The subcutaneous means below the skin what material is there, that also will be held in its position. So that is connective tissue will be present. Connective tissue is present almost everywhere in your body. Connective tissue sometimes acts as a storing tissue also, storage tissue also. Understand? It is a storage tissue also. Connective tissue, of course we will go into which one, that's why I am not writing, not given the character here. Some of the connective tissue may be your storage tissue. Some of the connective tissues may be storage tissue. Is that clear? So anyhow, different types of tissues are there under again connective tissue, and we are going to see what are they. They are loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and specialized connective tissue. See the word. Understand? That's why I underlined there. One is your loose connective tissue. First one is loose connective tissue. Three types. Connective tissues are of three types. A, loose connective tissue. B, dense connective tissue. C, specialized connective tissue. Is that clear? Now this loose or dense, these two are decided depending on how much the matrix is fluid in nature. If the matrix is fluid like, or at least semi-solid like, then how much it is? It is very less, means it is a bit thick, hard, or it is very, very soft. Depending on that, the constitution, or depending on the matrix nature of the matrix. They are mainly two types we have made. One is loose connective tissue and one is dense connective tissue. Specialized, that's why it is not coming. We cannot compare this in this manner. It is another type. When it will come, I will discuss. So here it is of two types. One is loose connective tissue and then one is dense connective tissue. What is loose connective tissue? In case of loose connective tissue, they are soft. You see here, it is softer. In the belly you will see softer. In many places they are softer tissue you will find in our body. So they are nothing but your what? Loose connective tissue. Loose connective tissue actually has got many things, many properties that I will start tomorrow only. Today time is no more there, but still we will discuss about little about this. They are loose connective tissue, they will be having the matrix quantity more, remember. In loose connective tissue, matrix is more matrix is present, remember. In this matrix will be more. And because they are holding different organs tightly, they need fibers. And mainly fibers are present in them. In loose connective tissue, fibers are present. What are those fibers? Two types. One is collagen fiber is also there. Collagen fiber is also there. Another one is elastin fiber is also there. Understand? In loose connective tissue. Loose connective tissue, general I am telling, I am not telling any particular thing. So, loose connective tissue, they are found in different places, in between organs. That is why we call them as connective tissue. But this loose connective tissue also acts at several places as storing tissue. They store food materials. For storage also, loose connective tissue are used in our body for storage. Am I clear? Food material are stored in the form of what? In the form of fat. In the form of fat they are also stored. Where are they stored? They are stored in the loose connective tissue. Now that way also they are very, very helpful. To connect and hold to different organs, the loose connective tissue also helps. Mainly your skin with dermis. Dermis with skin. Skin is the top layer and below that layer is dermis. These two are actually connected with loose connective tissue also. Is that clear? So many places we will see they are loose, they have got lots of matrix, they have got fibers rich, they have got storage facility in some cases, they hold other organs or other parts, other tissues with each other very much. So all these are characters of your loose connective tissue. Now, this loose connective tissue again depending on the location and function, they are of two types. One is called as your areolar tissue, another one is your adipose tissue. Areolar tissue and adipose tissue. So for the time being, we will remember only this much in this class. We will stop here because if I have to start areolar tissue, it is a big diagram. Tomorrow I am going to start with. I will not draw previously. I will teach and draw, so it will be easier for you to remember and draw it again. Am I clear? So that we are going to do it. So today again I am going to touch upon this simple epithelium because that you may forget. Very many are there similar things. So simple epithelium, under that we find three types of epithelium. But simple epithelium, all types are made up of single layer of cells. There may be different types. All of them they rest on a basement membrane. Between the cells of simple epithelium, the space is very less, intercellular space is very less, and intercellular matrix is also very less. Right? Now anyhow, with these characters we are going, and epithelial tissue can be originated from any type of germ layer. They may be developed, originated from endoderm, ectoderm or mesoderm. I am writing the statement, full you write down, epithelial tissue are derived from all the three germ layers. That is ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. These three are called as germ layers, remember. So our bodies, all organs, everything is made up of these things only. Everything is made up of, all the cells are derived either from ectoderm or from mesoderm or from endoderm. So these three are called as germ layers. Am I clear? Epithelial tissue are always or can be originated, they can be derived either from ectoderm or from mesoderm or from endoderm. From anything they can be derived. Am I clear? And tomorrow I am going to start areolar tissue. The first connective tissue type that is to start is areolar tissue. That we will do it tomorrow. Please be ready. Please go through. If you have a book, maybe in 10th class book also it may be there. If it is there, please do. Please remember one line I will tell and conclude today's class. Remember in the life, whatever you start with full vigor, if you do it nicely in the beginning, if in the beginning it is well, then everything will be, it will ending very good and your results are going to be wonderful. Never neglect that it is the beginning. Is that clear? It is all, that's why there is a saying called a well begun is half done. A well begun is half done. Means if you properly start anything, teaching, enjoying, anything, any work that you do, if you are beginning with a very good beginning, then your half work will be done. Now if you are taking much interest, taking little pain and opening and reading everything, let it be your class 10 books if you don't have PU books. But if you can collect from your friends, CDs, and those books you can use and do, or any other source, any other book maybe that you can read. If now onwards in the notes what is given here that you need and practice the diagrams, then it is said that it is a well beginning, good beginning. And good beginning means half will be done. Because another thing, always love to learn. Don't feel it as a burden. See, this is going to give you your career, your life. So how can't you love it? So love your studies. You love your studies, enjoy your studies, then study will be very easy. Understand? God bless you. Please do your work and let us meet again in the next class. Okay?
ఉండదు
నేను బోర్డు మీద రాసుకోవాలి 15 minutes రెస్ట్ చేస్తాను అని ఇంటికి నాలుగు రిటర్న్
అది ఎట్లా అని నాకు తెలియదు సార్ మళ్ళీ లింక్ పంపించారు
నేను రాసుకోవచ్చు
ఇంకొంచెం